This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone, good evening. Welcome to Isha Training Solutions. So we will wait for 2 more minutes and then we'll start our discussion. So we'll wait for 2 minutes and then we'll start our discussion. Thank you guys. Hi everyone. Once again, welcome to Isha Training Solutions. So today we are going to see the day one session of NewRelic. Okay, in our yesterday session, I was explaining about the course content, whatever we are going to discuss, right? So now in today's session, we'll discuss about the day one topic. Okay, so in the beginning itself, I'm saying like, please stop me at any point of time, ask your question, and then we'll move to the next topic. Because whenever we are learning something new, we should learn from the fundamentals, and there should not be any assumption. Okay, so anything that you don't understand, please stop me, because everything we have to understand and then we have to go to the next topic. So that is the objective. So wherever you feel like you are disconnected or you did not understand anything, please stop me at any point of time, ask your question, and then we'll move to the next topic. Okay, here in this training session, our ultimate goal is learning this tool, learn the capability of NewRelic tool, and how we are going to implement the same in our real world. That is the objective. So in that understanding, we'll start our first topic. What are APM tools? APM tools. Okay, so APM means what? Application performance monitoring or management. Application performance monitoring or management. Okay, so you can call that as monitoring tool, but usually what monitoring tool will give you? Monitoring tool will give you only metrics. Metrics. What metric? Something like response time, something like error, something like exception, CPU, memory, like that. Only numbers. Monitoring tool will only give you numbers. But these APM tools, they are not only doing monitoring, they are additionally doing extra things also. Okay, some alerting, okay, some findings, recommendations, like that. You are going to get additional information in these APM tools. In these APM tools. That is the reason in certain instances you can call these tools as a management tool also. Not only monitoring tool, it is also doing certain level of management also. Okay. So if you are, if you are into this field for so many years, means say like you are having your profiling tools for your application level. Okay, DB monitoring tools for database monitoring, infra monitoring tools for your infrastructure monitoring, and then front end monitoring tool for your front end data. So you are using one tool for DB, one tool for app, one tool for infra, one tool for your front end. So traditionally, if you look into, 4 different tools are used for 4 different activity, and you need, at least 2 to 4 people for doing this kind of a work, because no single person will aware of all these things, right? Like profiling tool, DB monitoring tool, infra monitoring tool, front end monitoring tool, like that. Everybody will not understand all the concepts. So skill set is important, number of resources is important, number of tools also important. Traditionally, that was the problem. In order to identify the simple application problem, you need to have these many tools. So that's where the challenge is actually. But now, if you are using this APM tools, APM tools are having the application monitoring. APM tools are having the DB monitoring. APM tools are having the infra monitoring. APM tools are having real user monitoring. Real user is in the sense like your browser, and then synthetic monitoring. So if you look into it, APM tools are actually having all these capabilities. What are all the capabilities? Something on application side, something on DB side, something on infra side, something on front end side. Every capability that is actually available in the APM tool. It may be any APM tool. It may be NewRelic, it may be Datadog, it may be AppDynamics, it may be Dynatrace. All these tools are having these capabilities. So now you look into the benefit. So traditionally, if you look into that, too many tools, too many people, you have to do one activity. But now one tool which will do all the activity. One tool which will do all the activity. And these tools are also user friendly. These APM tools are actually user friendly. Okay, and you can do end-to-end monitoring, full stack, end-to-end monitoring. Full stack monitoring is actually possible in the APM tool. In APM tool, full stack monitoring is possible. Okay, so that's where everybody started preferring this APM tools, because APM tool is actually performing the end-to-end full stack monitoring. End-to-end full stack monitoring. Not only that, how these APM tools are actually working? Say like in a simple diagram, I'm saying like you have your browser or you have your application. Okay, this is something like browser. This is something like application. Okay, so each and every entity you are going to configure the agent. you are going to configure the agent. It may be any APM tool agent. Okay, all APM tools are working in the similar concept like agents. Agents is nothing but a piece of software which is actually going to do the monitoring, So all these agents, what it will do, it will collect the data, send the data to your APM tool. That will send the data to your APM tool. So in this case, the data would be collected, and the collected data would be coming to APM tool. This is how the data is actually coming. All the agents are working in this way only. Not only this concept is not only suitable for NewRelic, every APM tool is actually working in the same way. Every APM tool is actually working in the same way. What you are doing here, you are trying to gather the metric from each and every layer. Your tool is actually having the agents. That agent will collect the data, send the data to your APM tool. That is what the functionality. This is how every APM tool is actually working. Every APM tool is actually working in this concept only. I'll take a pause here. Any question, guys, till now? Anybody have any question? What is DB monitoring, infra monitoring, and synthetic monitoring? Say DB monitoring is nothing but your application is actually made of. Okay, say I'll give you. So you have architecture, right? Yeah, you have your web server, you have your app server, you have your DB server, database server. Web server, app server, DB server. Okay. So if you wanted to understand what is actually happening in your database, you are going to do the DB monitoring. DB. Actually saying like what are all the queries that are loaded, each and every query, how much of a time it is actually taken. That is all you are going to understand. It means that is actually DB monitoring. You are DB. It may be a SQL DB or it may be a MongoDB, whatever. Your end goal is you are going to measure the database performance. You are going to measure the database performance. Infrastructure monitoring means what? After you are installing the DB, what is happening in the infrastructure? It may be Windows machine, it may be Linux machine, whatever. After you are installing this database, how your server is actually behaving. After you are installing your application, how your server is actually behaving. After you are installing this web server components, how your server is actually behaving. So everywhere you can do the infrastructure monitoring. What is that you are going to do it in the infrastructure monitoring? You are going to understand CPU utilization, memory utilization, disk utilization. These are the metrics you are going to focus on each and every infrastructure. Each and every infrastructure. Okay, infrastructure monitoring means machine level, CPU level, memory level, disk level, all those things if you are measuring, that is actually called as your infra monitoring. Infra monitoring. I'll take a pause here. Any question guys still now? Yeah, the last one is synthetic monitoring. That is also a question asked in the group. So synthetic monitoring. What is synthetic monitoring? Synthetic monitoring means, say like I wanted to validate my organization website is up and running. My organization website is up and running. Availability, I wanted to check it. 24/7, I wanted to check the availability of the application. So what I can do, instead of manually going and validating the website is actually available or not, instead of manually going and validating the availability, what I can do, I can create a synthetic monitor. I can create a synthetic monitor. So synthetic monitor means what? We are going to create a job in the tool. We are going to create a job in the tool. The tool will execute that particular job and it will say the matrices. It may be performance metrics or it may be availability metrics, whatever. But the end goal is you wanted to do certain activity without any manual intervention and you wanted to do that automatically, repetitively. In that case, you are going to use the synthetic monitor type. Synthetic monitor type, you can use it. So this is what DB monitoring means what, infra monitoring means what, and then synthetic monitoring means what. Any question guys still no?
No.
Yeah, Prashant.
Nothing. I was no.
Okay. Yeah. So now we set the context. What is that? APM tool means what? APM tools means what? What are all the activities right now you are performing in APM tool? Okay, traditionally, what are all the tools that you used for your application monitoring side? Now, with this APM tool, what are all the capabilities that are possible? All these information we are discussing. All these information we are discussing. That is what you are discussing under the what are APM tools topic. What are APM tools topic? Any question guys till now? Yeah. So why APM tools are required to be learned by performance testers, all those people? Because why I kept this topic, because there always a false assumption with the people that APM tools are required to be learned by the performance testers. It has to be only learned by the performance testers like that. Many people are providing a false understanding, but actually saying it, this tool can be used by anybody. This tool can be used by anybody. Okay. Developers can use this tool. Developers can use this tool. When they can use this tool? Actually, whenever a new chunk of code is actually generated by the, developed by the developer. A new chunk of code is actually developed by the developer. So what they have to do? They have to validate it. They have to validate it. So what they can do? They can do a unit testing. They can do a unit testing. Okay, unit testing. So developers usually will do what type of testing? Unit testing. They wanted to check the individual unit level activities. That is the reason they are having the unit testing. So in that situation, you are going to deploy your application in the environment where your APM tools are implemented. It may be AppDynamics, it may be NewRelic, it may be Dynatrace. Just a minute. Yeah. So they can test their newly developed code in an environment where APM tools are already deployed. So they can easily understand because of this newly developed code what is actually happening. That you can do it. That you can do it. So in this case, what I am trying to explain, yes, by doing this unit testing, even developer can use this tool. Even developer can use this tool. When they can do it? During the unit testing phase. Unit testing phase. Unit testing phase. Similarly, performance testers can use this tool. When they can use this tool? Performance testers. Performance testers right now, I mean in the industry, what is actually happening? Most of the performance testers, they are not doing the infra monitoring. They are not doing the infra monitoring. Only if you are asking this question to them, they are replying like this. What they are replying? We have a separate team available to do the infrastructure monitoring. Okay. And we don't have access to monitor the server. So like this, we are getting different answer from the respective people. So in that case, using this APM tool, you can simply do the infrastructure monitoring because all these are readily available and you are trying to do the monitor. Okay, infrastructure monitor. Okay, so you can monitor what is happening to your CPU, what is happening to your memory, what is happening to other infrastructure parameters like that. You can do the infrastructure monitoring. Infrastructure monitoring. So not only that, performance testers, they are not only doing the infrastructure monitoring, they can also do the real user monitoring. They can also do the real user monitoring. What is that real user monitoring? So your performance testing tools, whatever the performance testing tools that we are using right now, what are all the tools? Jmeter, LoadRunner, Performance Center, Jmeter, Gatling, NeoLoad, whatever the tools that we are using, we are not getting the front end metric. We are not getting the front end metric. Okay, front end metric. Because your load testing tools are not simulating the browser traffic. Your load testing tools are not simulating the browser traffic. It is only communicating in the HTTP layer. It is only communicating in the HTTP layer, server layer. So in order to make your tool to understand, or in order for you to understand what is actually happening, you can use this real user monitoring. Real user monitoring. Okay, so performance testers, either they can use it for infrastructure monitoring or they can use it for real user monitoring. Real user monitoring. Any question guys till now? Anybody have any question? So the next is performance engineers. Performance engineers. So usually what these performance engineers, they are pretty much covering. So they are focusing, performance engineers, what they are actually focused on. Capacity planning or proactive monitoring, or they are going to provide the findings and recommendations. Findings and recommendations. So performance engineers are focused on all these things. Performance engineers are focused on all these things. What are all the things? Capacity planning they do. They do capacity planning. I mean, current load is this much time, current infrastructure is this much time, and then how it is actually going to work for the future configuration. Okay, that is what capacity planning. Capacity planning means with the current capacity, how much of a user that you are going to execute it kind of. Okay, so performance engineers, they can focus on capacity planning. They can focus on capacity planning. and then they can also understand the matrices and then provide the numbers. So that also performance engineers can do it. Performance engineers can do it. Okay. So what performance engineers can do in this case? Okay. What performance engineers can use? Capacity planning. You wanted to decide your current capacity is actually good or bad. Current capacity is actually good or bad. That you can do it using the performance engineers. Performance engineers can do this. Performance engineers can do this. That is what performance engineers activity. So say like system support engineers. System support engineers. So what your system support engineers they are doing day in day out, what they are doing, they are observing or monitoring the server. They are observing or monitoring the server. And then if there is any problem in the server, they will create a ticket. And then that ticket will be assigned to the respective team. And then the respective team will going to use that. Okay. And then they are going to fix the issue, provide the steps to recover it, and then system support engineers will do that as well. So in this explanation, whatever he explained right now, right? In this explanation, system support engineers should be present in front of the machine for 24/7. Okay. But now in every APM tool, there is a mechanism called alerting. In every APM tool, there is a mechanism called alerting. So you are going to alert the end users when there is a problem. There is a problem. So for that also system support engineers require this, and they are currently doing the activity. They are currently doing the activity. So which means that system support engineers can also be available. Okay, so that we are going to do the detailed understanding. Okay, so who will actually use it? Performance testers, performance engineers, DevOps engineers, system support engineers, whoever they can use it, provided you should have the understanding. That understanding. Okay. Any question, guys? Still no? Okay, so who are all can be learning this tool means actually saying anybody and everybody can do it, but provided what activity that they are trying to do it, that is also very important. Okay, that is also very important because developers can use it, performance testers can use it, performance engineers can use it, system support engineers can use it, DevOps teams can use it. End of the day, all these are objective. End of the day, all these are objective. Okay. Real user monitoring comes under the load test or any other. Real user monitoring will not come under load test. That too, if you are using the HTTP protocol. That you are using the HTTP protocol. Okay, at least in LoadRunner you have a protocol called true client, but in the real situation, uh, you cannot do a real user monitoring because real user monitoring involved with browser loading. Real user monitoring is actually involved with browser loading. So in that case, we cannot do that. Cannot do that. How it is used for DevOps engineers? Yes, this is also used for DevOps engineers also. Okay. So development and operation activity when they are trying to do it, you can use this tool to do the continuous monitoring. So that way you can this can be used for DevOps engineers as well. Clear? Yeah. So Shall quickly go to the course content one more time. So NewRelic one APM tool only we are going to learn. Unlike other APM tools, these days are also having a good amount of technology support and good range of releases that they are doing every now and then. So our objective is using this NewRelic APM tool, how we are going to monitor our stack. That is the understanding. Yeah, understand. Okay. So any question guys till now? Anybody have any question till now? Yeah, actually, there are learners who joined today for evaluating us. For them, please, this is Kumar sir number 8019952427. Okay, this is Kumar sir number. So I'll paste it in the chat. You guys can take it. Okay, this is Kumar sir number. If you wish, you can reach out to me also. Okay, this is my number. Okay, this is my number. You can reach out to me as well. Okay, for anything related to course content, even course timing, and then fees related information, whatever you wanted to discuss, we can discuss. Okay, so this is actually a weekday session, Monday to Friday. This time slot. Okay, this time slot is what? 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Indian time slot. So you can enroll for this session. This is actually a 10 hours of a session. Okay, 1 hour every day. Weekdays only, weekends holidays. So which means that within 2 weeks we are going to close this session. So those who wanted to enroll for this course journey, please reach out to Kumar sir for any further information. Okay, so all these sessions are actually recorded. Okay, I'm right now also recording this session. So all these sessions are actually recorded session. Post the session completion, we are going to upload these sessions into the playlist URL. Okay, so you can watch this video n number of times because all these videos are lifetime access. So you can watch it n number of times and then you can even ask a question. So I told you it is a weekday session, weekend holiday. Weekday session, weekend holiday. I'll take a pass here. Any question guys still? No?
Hey, Saranan, you're the same trainer for Dynatrace, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So all the artifacts, supporting documents, softwares, all those things we'll be sharing through Google Drive. Okay, so you can download and then you can set up those things in your machine itself, and you are going to do the lab activity in your machine itself, and then if there is any problem, we'll come and resolve the problem also. So here we are going to learn things in a practical way. We are going to learn the tool in a practical way, and what are all the things that are happening in the real world, right? What are all the things that are happening in the real world, right? Like modern trends, all those things we are going to discuss. And what are all the questions that you will usually get it in the interviews, right? That also we are going to discuss. Okay, so all in all, interview-oriented sessions, real-world challenges, how we are doing it in the real world, right? How we are doing it in the real world monitoring, right? So all those things we are going to discuss. Okay. So I also told you this is actually a weekday session, weekend holiday, Monday to Friday session, Saturday, Sunday holiday, and 10 hours of session we are going to have it. Within 2 weeks we are planning to complete the session. That is the objective. Any question guys still now? Yeah, so we extended this today's session for the learners who wanted to evaluate us. Okay, that is the reason. So from Monday, we'll start our actual regular sessions. I mean, all the detailed things, because we are going to start our application monitoring also. So, in application monitoring, how to set up the application, how to configure it, how to gather the data, all those things we'll discuss. So for the learners who joined today, for evaluating us, please enroll yourselves. This is Kumar sir, number 8019952467, and we will see on Monday for the continuous learning. We don't want to miss any important topic, or we don't want to miss any real world challenges. Those who wanted to enroll yourself, please reach out to Kumar sir for information. For the learners who joined today, thanks for joining. Thanks for giving us this opportunity to share my knowledge and experience with you people. So we'll continue the same from Monday. We are going to have the continuous learning right from the application monitoring and all the capabilities we'll discuss. Okay. Yeah, guys. So with this, probably we'll complete our session. Thanks for joining and have a nice day. Bye bye.